Ag-Chieve is a grain marketing service company that offers you a unique blend of market understanding through the charts, technical aspect, as well as many years of experience working in the grain industry through our advisory system, who are elevator managers, and worked in the grain industry for quite a few years with producers. So we have that unique relationship that we understand the farming aspects, understanding the marketing requirements and needs of a farmer, and we bring that to you along with the technical signals that we get from the marketplace, telling us, what we could expect prices to do over the next short time.
Yeah, corn is going to be a tough one because that's the big crop in the States, and there's a lot of talk that the U.S. could have a hard time even selling into the futures, or into the world markets, because there's a fairly good supply out there. And so if we start not being able to export from the U.S., and not like they export a big percentage, it's only 10-15%.
So we understand the farming aspects, understanding the marketing requirements and needs of a farmer, and we bring that to you along with the technical signals that we get from the marketplace, telling us what we could expect prices to do over the next short time. So this we bring to you with the ability to call us, talk to us personally over the phone anytime that you have questions about what you need to do for your farm. We really encourage clients to say, hey, you got a call from a local grain buyer who said, I got this smoking hot deal for you. And maybe you're thinking, well, should I be selling or not? You give us a call, we can chat about it. We can say, you know what, that is a good deal. You should take advantage of some of that. Or we might say, what we're seeing in the charts is this market is just about to turn back up. So why don't we give it a few more days to see what it wants to do before we jump in and grab this particular offer.
My name's Doug Hanna, and we've been with Ag-Chieve since 2010, and we farm in eastern Saskatchewan. The most useful part of Ag-Chieve, I would say, is that we get the text messages every day throughout the day, and we get the ones we want to get to force us to continually watch the market. Even though it's a quick glance or it might be a 30-second look, it forces us to look at it. And we look at different products throughout the week or a month, and then we can phone and actually, again, tailor-make our marketing plan with Ag-Chieve, with what our farm needs. It doesn't have to necessarily be selling something every month. We can do it when we need to meet our demands on a financial basis. In the first year, we were with Ag-Chieve on our own, and we dropped the ball on a couple contracts. And when we got in touch with Ag-Chieve and learned what they could do for us, and we were more open with them on what we needed, we were able to tailor make the rest of our contracts to what we needed, and we felt that we really started to hit the top third to even 20% of the market for our farm, which made quite a bit of difference on our bottom line. The two highlights that I have in this last year is in October of 2013. Ag-Chieve told us to basically market every bushel we felt comfortable with because they saw the bottleneck coming and the price going down. So we had everything marketed. By the end of the first week in November, we moved all our crop in a timely manner. We had all our oats and all our wheat gone by April, so the bottleneck didn't hurt our farm, and we marketed at very high prices comparative to a lot of farmers that got stuck holding crop into this year. And then also in October of 2013, Ag-Chieve told us to market as much canola into 2014 as we felt comfortable with. We marketed 30,000 bushels of canola around the $13 mark, and then after that it was down to $11.50 and $11. And we marketed that much We should have done more, but that's all we were willing to do. And this last October, Ag-Chieve told us to buy our fertilizer. Pretty tough to sell commodities in October for a decent price, but we bit the bullet and bought our fertilizer, and so far 3 months later we've saved $100 a ton on all our fertilizer for across our whole farm from when we actually purchased it according to their advice.
Well, that's the way that's the way to play the market right now. It's a strong front demand, and that's right. Yeah, exactly. Boy, I would say 1050 is kind of reaching for the stars in this environment right now. Yeah, you know, our look at the market right now is at $10. There's lots of people going to be coming into the woodwork, and that $10 bids may not last long. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, you're welcome. Bye for now.
So it's just a bit of a sounding board for you as a marketer. You're busy in the fields doing what needs to be done, and it's hard to stay in touch and in tune with all of the marketplaces and all the activity that's going on. We are in the office here, we do spend time following the markets, being well aware of what's influencing the markets, both from a technical side as well as from a fundamental side. You know, what kind of markets are happening, who's demanding for wheat or canola or whatever, where is that taking the marketplace?
I always was the guy in the office at the farm more so than the guy outside welding. Mm-hmm. So it was just natural for me, with my interest in charting and technical analysis, to continue to work down that path. One of the reasons that I put a lot of weight in watching charting and technical analysis is that the major funds out there also look at charts and technical analysis. The price action, they incorporate it into their algorithms, and that gives them buy and sell signals as well. I remember times when the funds were buying soybeans and everybody was saying that they're crazy. Why are they buying soybeans? You know, everybody knows that there's a record crop, and the soybean market rallied $3 a bushel. So, you know, there goes again, the fundamentals don't always imply necessarily what the price action is. And later on, we learned that there was an extremely good amount of demand. Stocks actually got drawn down, and yet the charts gave the buy signal. That year, I remember we made a recommendation for our members to buy their meal for 12 months because of a chart signal, not because of the fundamentals. You know, a lot of our members will ask us, you know, what's driving this market? You know, is it South America weather? Is it North American weather, etc.? Really, when it comes down to it, it's the flow of money in and out of these markets. It's just what is causing traders to either buy or sell. And a lot of it has to do with just a lot of sentiment with respect to you know, greed and fear comes into it, the psychology of the market, the consensus of the crowd I like to watch, and it gives us an insight as to when the market's going to shift gears. When the market's getting heavily weighted to one side, we really watch the charts closely for a sell or buy signal, and a lot of the times the flow of money in or out is just simply you know, buying on the anticipation of higher values, and then the selling kicks in as they're taking profit, and for no other reason the market goes back down. And the fundamentals at that time may not even substantiate exactly what's going on, but to a technical analyst it makes perfect sense. We're going down on long liquidation. That's all I need to know.
Wheat has been moving a bit for us. Like we were, you know, it felt a little strange, but we were just saying, you know, often wheat rallies in October. We just got to give it a little time to see if it can pick up its legs. It's been doing that. We're watching it. We're very near the top, we believe. However, if we can just move another, you know, 5 or 10 cents higher, we break through an area that's a bit of resistance, and it would allow for a potential, you know, another 20 cents, 30 cents. So we're kind of watching that with guys and saying, you know, watch for this to happen, but if it starts breaking down, you might need to step in and make a sale. Basis levels have really come around, but the winter wheat is the bigger issue. It's not the price half as much as it's the grade. It's the vomitoxin, the fusarium, and boy, guys are very reluctant to even look at the stuff.
My name is Charles Fossey. Most people call me Chuck. I farm in the Starbuck, Manitoba area, and I've been with Ag-Chieve since March of 2003. I think it was the very first year, the second year, I was with David. I was at a meeting, and I got a phone call. So I go out of the meeting, I'm talking to David, he says, I think the highs are in for canola. You better price them. So right away, phoned the elevator, locked in probably most of what I had in storage, because this was, I think, in February or March. And I delivered it probably a month or two later, and basically I guaranteed myself at least, if I remember right, about $2 a bushel more than if I just left it in the bin thinking prices were going to stay where they were or go up. So, you know, right there, you lock in, say, 5,000 bushels, and you're $2 ahead at delivery time. There's $10,000. Quickly pays your fees. I think like 2 years ago, soybean prices were peaking up there. I think, you know, we're talking like $16, $17 soybean prices. And I had some neighbors that were talking about, oh, you know what, the market's going to $20. And canola's kind of walking in lockstep with it. And I think David sent out a market analysis one day there. I think it was in September during harvest time. And he was saying, looks like the highs are in. There's a formation here, and I forget what it was. Maybe it might have been a tweezer top. And he just says, maybe you better start pricing some beans and your canola. And I think I went out and I locked in about 100 tons of soybeans at right around $16. And that was pretty much the high. I think it might have went to $16.20 or $25, and then it just dropped right down to about $14. So, you know, it's little things like that. You know, if you can sell, 4,000 bushels of grain and make an extra $1 to $2 a bushel, you know, that very quickly pays for your fees to belong to Ag-Chieve. And sometimes those things are very short-lived because it doesn't take long. You know, if you wait for the follow-through, for the confirmation, you might have lost already $1 in the market. So, you know, you got to be ready to pull the trigger on these things. And that's where I think these here timely updates 3 times a day or even once a day, once a week, it can make a big difference to your farm's bottom line.
Greg Hurley, I farm at Wilkie, Saskatchewan. I started with Ag-Chieve in late fall of '09. I knew we had to look at the charts to get some sense out of it, because there's just no sense just going to the elevator and asking the agent what's going on, because they don't know, and if they do, it's only involves their company, so it's a pretty small picture you're looking at otherwise. Trying to get the higher end of the highs and understanding the basis and the function of everything better, just the big picture. Okay. Getting the big picture to know what's going on with the beans, how they're affecting the canola, and just to get a better idea than what's in the paper, because it's a little late then usually. So it's all been really good, because there's either I can phone in or one of the advisors are phoning, kind of giving us an update and getting a heads up on what's going on. That's kind of nice, especially in the busy times. If someone can call at harvest and seeding time, tell us, look, something's going on in the market, that's great, because that's when we don't really have the time to sit and look at all the charts and listen to all the noise. I'd say you'd achieve a higher price overall for the year, definitely, from all the information and the services.
I think David has really helped me market, let's say, 80% of my grain in the top third of the market. So I think that's really has kept me going, and at least, you know, put some more dollars in my pocket.
Well, the benefit to farmers is that they have someone that they can rely on that's giving independent, unbiased information. You know, a lot of advisors, they're attached to a commodity brokerage house, they're attached to a line company, or, you know, even there's independent advisory firms out there who are still, you know, telling farmers to go to a specific place to sell their grain. And they even get kickbacks when farmers move their grain there. Here at Ag-Chieve, we don't do any of that. You know, our sole business is based on how well have we done in giving advice. And believe me, our members, you know, they hold us to the grindstone. They let us know when we could be doing better. They also let us know when we're doing a great job, which is nice to see.